welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to review another piece from this company, Starking Watches, who have kindly provided these pieces. So Starking, again, literally in Chinese is Xinhuang Biao, really translates to Star King Watch. More meaningfully translated, I think, to Watch of the Heavenly Kings, but that's just my kind of artistic translation. Let me know what you think if you know your Chinese. So let's just open this double watch package which they sent, because really I asked for two watches. So I've reviewed that one, the Invicta Pro Diver Homage. So take a look at that if you want to look at the separate review. I'm going to look at this watch today. So very simple packaging, no manuals. Links that I've removed are in there. So I've removed 3 links out of this particular watch, and let's just put aside that packaging and show you the watch. So guys, this is the Starking AM0184. This is an automatic dress style watch. They don't really name it any specific nicknames. They kind of just go on to a long description about how this is a men's mechanical fashion, whatever, in the product description on AliExpress. All links to products that I can find below, including any other websites. The MSRP listed on AliExpress is 100 USD or 99 USD. On sale, this is typically 45 USD or less. So the value proposition here is pretty darn fantastic, and I'll go into why specifically, when we look at the specs of this watch. So the first up is actually the movement. So the movement in this watch is actually an in-house manufacture. It's actually from their movement divisions, the Shenzhen Jinri Movement Company. This is the SK1813-S. So this is a modified from a base movement, which was a lower beat, to the high beat of 28,800 beats per hour. Joule count is 25 joules. The power reserve is unknown, but some forum sources have stated about 34 hours. It does have a quick set date, so in this case you can see the date window at the 3 o'clock position there. It's got hacking, it's got a manual winding option. The accuracy rating, again, is actually unknown. There's no stated accuracy rating here, but in use this is running about plus 20 seconds. So that's kind of within range of many other, low grade or mid-range Japanese movements, like Seiko, for example. That would be within the rated range of a Seiko movement. Okay, so that's really the movement there, that high beat in-house movement. Moving on to the case. The case here is 40 millimeter diameter, so classic size, 40 millimeters, perhaps on the large size, or even the upper limit for a dress watch. It is in steel. They haven't explicitly stated that it's 316L steel, but if it isn't, it's a steel quality that's pretty close to that. Thickness is 12 millimeters with 20 millimeter, so very classic proportion lug width there. The lug to lug distance between my thumbs there is 48 millimeters. So, I think within kind of expected proportion and design, I think, for this size case. Overall weight is 127 grams, so not too heavy despite the solid bracelet that it comes with. And remember, I've removed 3 links, so if you have all the links in, it will weigh somewhat heavier than that. Okay, finishing then. Right, let you look at the case all the way through. So this is a 100% polish surface case, right? All the surfaces of the case itself is polished, nearly 100%, I should say. There is longitudinal brushing just on the top surface of the lugs there. The bottom surface of the lugs, I think, is also brushed, right? You can see there is a circular brushing. So apart from the top and bottom surfaces of the lugs, everything else is a polished finish. Okay, that's really what you're getting here. Right, showing you the case back. Okay, look at that movement there. So this is a screw-in display case back. You can see the details on the side there. Right, it does say sapphire on one of the positions, water resistant, stainless steel, and whatnot. Okay, right, sapphire on the top here, it says. Okay, and the crown is a winding crown at the 0 position, so it's not a screw-in crown. Overall water rating, at least they've actually gone for a 50 meter rating rather than the base 30 meters that a lot of Chinese watches come with. Just pointing out the crown as well, there's a laser etching there. It's not a a deep sign or a sign that protrudes out. It's actually a flat laser edge Starking logo there. Okay, so that's really the water rating. Now moving on to the dial then. Let's just show you that dial. Right, it's a satin white. That's really what that finishing is, a kind of a matte satin white dial. It's got minimal printing, right? Just the Starking logo and words at the top there and the word automatic at the bottom. And that's all it is. It's got a printed chapter ring around the outside. But on top of that, it's got those 12 triangular shaped applied markers, which are nicely applied, pretty precise, nicely polished steel all the way around these triangle shaped markers. And then Dauphine hands, very classic Dauphine hour and minute hands in the middle. No lume on this watch in the dress style watch, which I think is fine. I don't mind not having lume in a dress style watch. The bezel is of course fixed. I'm just showing you it's got a polished angle there on that fixed bezel. On top of that, what they've stated on the website is sapphire, so it's a flat crystal. What they've stated is sapphire. The back of the case states sapphire. I have heard some reports that sometimes these companies might put in a glass that's actually just mineral glass. If I found out more details on this, I will let you know. But at the moment, the stated details say it is a sapphire crystal at $45. Again, pretty darn astounding. I haven't seen that ever before in any of the watches I've reviewed. Right, moving on to the bracelet. Right, these are solid links, but they're not anything more than one piece per link. Right, alternating brush and polish surfaces there. Right, you can see. They do go for some finishing detail there. Polished surface on the side, right, of the bracelet there. Push pin adjustment. Showing you the back, you can see solid piece per link. They're not separate pieces. It does actually have solid end links. So look at that end link there. Okay, so that's a bracelet. Not too bad for this level of pricing. Now moving on to the clasps here. This is a push button butterfly deployant. Okay, pretty solid for what it is. You're getting a pretty good deal here for this deployant class here, right? Nothing too much to complain at this price point, I would say. All right, so that's the watch itself. Let's just put it on for the wrist shot now. And there we have it, the Starking AM0184 dress style watch on my 17 centimeter wrist. I think 40 millimeters is a very nice size and fits pretty well. No complaints there whatsoever in terms of suitability and sizing. For most males, I think this would be fine. Okay guys, so that's the description of the watch. What have I particularly liked about this? Look, I think this is a pretty unbelievable package. It's fantastic in terms of the fact that you can get this for under $50. You're getting a full in-house manufactured watch. You're getting that high beat movement, fair finishing, right? Really, honestly, for the price range, there's, this is what you can expect, right? The brushing is not absolutely straight, right? There is some waviness, but what do you really expect at this price range? I certainly don't see any better anywhere else, right? It's got a solid bracelet with solid end links, the fair deploying class, and it's got what is stated to be a sapphire crystal with 50-meter water resistance in a dress style watch on top of that. If all these stats are actually true at under $50, it's a game changer. It is really the best dress watch under $50 that I've ever seen in terms of specifications, and I would extend it to under $100 as well. It's fantastic in terms of what they have packed it in here in terms of specifications. Right, the weaknesses, right, the things that I point out would be, right, that dial is pretty plain, right? It's a very plain dress style design. They haven't, I guess, gone for anything more creative. They've gone for a very conservative design, which is fine, right, for a dress style watch. I mean, it would be even more fantastic if they can push for something maybe like a Seiko cocktail time dial, something creative like that. If they do that in the future, I think they would, draw even more attention to what is already a astounding package that they've given. The movement, I would say, right, this SK 1813 movement, there are some complaints about track record, whether it stops beating, whether it's got low power reserve. There's some complaints that you might find if you look up more details about Starking in-house movements. I suspect they'll continue to improve the quality control, but right now there are some gripes in the community that I've read about. Right, so not not certainly up to the Seiko track records of the Seiko movements. It's kind of still new, but just keep an eye on this company. They are worth watching. And then lastly, a little QC issue, I would say that the crown mechanism isn't completely reliable. I think there's some variability in that. Right now I grab it and it winds. Sometimes after adjustment, it doesn't seem to catch and it doesn't directly wind. So there's some looseness there. But apart from that, this is what you're getting in this package. So guys, let me know what you think about this watch, this, Starking AM0184 model dress style watch. So much that it offers. Let me know if you have this model and your thoughts about it. Or in fact, if you have any other watches from this newish company, Starking Watches, I'd like to hear your experiences. Guys, if you enjoy my videos, do consider subscribing. New content every week, always aiming to be objective and unbiased about all things horology. Thank you again for sticking with me, and as always, I'll catch you guys next time.